B to the B, L-S-E-K. Make you put this verse on replay.
Anything else. Yeah, so basically Mumbua is not put in a box for anything. Like I've not chosen, I'm saying ati I'm a Swahili whatever. Nasikia sijui kuna Swahili bongo.
Yeah, Swahili bongo, Afropop.
There's this one for Tanzania, this new guy amelaunch na Diamond yake inaitwa
Swahili bongo, the voice.
Kuna kitu inaitwa sijui something. So I'm like, okay, this is easy vitu, but what I know is I just jump into beat. Labda kesho mtasikia naimba hip hop, unajua, you never know. Kesho kutwa labda nitaangukia reggaeton, unajua.
Ama the new trending one inaitwa urban tone.
Ama tuingie urban tone, who knows? Like for me, I think what is just give my voice, I put my voice into tracks, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But most probably if you listen to my voice, I think I'm that Afro vibe person, because I have a song which is Hizinigani.
Yeah.
Someone said it's Afro soul because of Karibia is actually Afro pop, Nalewa is Afro piano. Like I just around those Afro sounds. Okay. Yeah.
And maybe about now that we're talking about sounds, that new sound naitwa urban tone. Do you feel like you can do a song for that kind of genre and maybe how does it feel for you? Like wanasema the urban tone wanna use different sounds of the songs that zili hit before to then wanna regenerate to new songs.
Like wanna do karaoke. Hizo songs kitambo. But either way, this is just okay, I think they need to do more. Let's hear a lot of it. Once we hear more of it, we'll see if it's something we want to jump onto or if it's something, I don't really understand, but me, I'm here to make good music. Okay.
Yeah. And so far, you haven't done a single collaboration, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, so far not yet.
Maybe is there a reason ama time ijafika?
So far, I think you guys will understand why. I think with time you will get why, and I feel like this collab, there's a lot of pressure with that, because I feel like people are trying to say, Mumbua, you've been doing songs alone.
Yeah.
Mumbua, you're such a, you're a nice person, and if you vibe with a certain person, you will get a very good song, and probably that will elevate you from that. And people don't understand that person you want me to sing with, probably I've talked to them and they have asked me for 100 G's, which I don't have. But then I'll be like, will I stop singing because of that? No, I will still just push myself as Mumbua until they will see the value of Mumbua. And the value of even just trusting me with a collabo. So that's the journey. Yeah.
And talking about being charged for collaboration, maybe do you feel like doing music is expensive, and is it something that you can do with few resources, or you need to work on your resources before you get to music?
Depends on levels. Different levels requires different resources. So of course, if you want to go to a very, that particular huge level, there's a lot of resources. You need to find a lot of resources. But if you're just there, you cannot just sit and say, Ati, I'm waiting for resources so that I produce my song. No, you can actually just sit at home and just sing with your voice and your phone, and just upload on TikTok, because nowadays, TikTok is everything, and you can just blow up. So it depends on levels. So if you feel like you're starting and you have nothing is holding you, you can just start it with your phone at home with that, and then kidogo, probably a producer will notice you and will give you a session that you won't have to pay for. You get. But if you really want to get, of course, into music, like professionally, definitely you have to invest, and you have to really be wanting to get to a certain level. Yeah, and different levels, of course, they require a lot of resources.
Okay. So like from when you started to where you are right now, maybe have you feel or do you feel like you're in the right path, what more do you feel like you need to work on as an artist and a brand?
Well, of course, there's a lot to work with because my biggest challenge has always been consistency. Like the last project I released was like 11 months ago, and so I really want to work on consistency. But yeah, basically, yeah.
And now that you say you are not looking up to doing more collabos right now, or maybe kuna challenges zenye zinafanya you haven't done any collabos so far, maybe what in what ways ama ni how do I make this, yani ni njia gani unaweza tumia to make sure that people are still in love with the Mumbua and your songs as just one artist, because it's not a collaboration? How will you keep them intact, your fans?
Yeah, I want to actually produce music as much as I can.
Okay.
Like just produce a lot of projects, not to just keep them waiting. And once they see that, of course, they'll push my brand to other people, and the other people will have confidence and the trust to actually work with me. So yeah, basically I just want to, you know, release as much songs as I can and ensure that my fans out there have something from the Mumbua coming out every now and then. Yes.
Yeah. And maybe I feel like there's some things that the industry should have, ama there's some things that the entertainment industry should do to support artists, and maybe kama kuna anything that you as an artist would like, if you had a chance to change anything in the industry, what will that be?
If I had a chance to change.
Yes.
Wow, that's big. Yeah, that's huge, because we all came to the industry and we found the industry. So bringing change, of course, it's a whole mountain and all. But basically, I think what I would do is just nurture more women. And basically, that's my goal. Like, if I ever make it very well in the industry, my goal is to actually nurture more women in the industry.
Yeah. And maybe is there any challenge like in the music industry? Because sisi kama wenye si wasanii, we can't know. Mimi mwenye mko ndani ndio naweza tuambia the challenges zenye ziko huko ndani.
Challenges zinaishi kuwa, of course there's a lot of challenge. Kuna hiyo challenge ya definitely uko ama kuna hiyo challenge ya una release mangoma na unacheki bado hazijafika place yenye una feel zinafaa kukua. So that's basically a huge challenge. Hakuna huruma, that's another challenge that no one cares. Like, no one cares about you. It's all about yourself, and you have to just care. So for yourself, that is. So it's usually everybody for themselves and God for us all. I don't want to count it as a challenge really, but also, yeah, it could be a challenge to some people, because some people enter the industry expecting you will find all these good things waiting for you, all these good people waiting for you, and it's definitely not that. So yeah, that's basically the biggest challenge. Finances for an upcoming artist, also just finding yourself and getting that hit song, definitely. And also, what else is the other challenge? Rejection. Yes, a lot of rejection. Yeah, that's very huge. Like, you really want to go to a place and this person will not give you a chance. So, and not just because they don't know you, or maybe for some reason you won't just get the chance. So rejection is a huge challenge too. Yeah.
And maybe do you feel like the media is supporting music in general enough, ama they need to pull up their socks?
Nowadays, you know, there's so many avenues for people to get to listen to the music. It's not those days where we used to cry and we used to think that if your song doesn't play on Kiss TV, doesn't play on Channel O, doesn't play on The Beat, then you are not a superstar. Gone are those days. Thank God that we have TikTok, that you can just go live and start singing, and tomorrow everyone else is singing your song. I mean, that's the beauty of it. And so I feel like it's good that we've gotten to that point, that we don't have to point fingers at the media anymore and start telling them, hey, you need to support us. There are so many other ways you can find your support in your own way. But I feel like, yeah, definitely they need to pull up their socks in supporting artists, and they should.
Yeah. And as an artist, you need a lot around you. You need a social media manager, you need a producer, you need a manager. Maybe what do you feel are the importance of all these people? Rather than working alone, you're managing yourself, you're managing your social media. Like, do you feel like the management is putting more weight in what you're doing as a music, and in what ways do you think they are helping an artist to grow?
Well, yeah, in the world, I feel like an artist's work is just to sing. Like, an artist should just go to studio. But if you have the resources, then you can employ these people, because of course, if you're talking about a social media manager, it's like people you're putting on salary. So definitely it's a good thing if you're in a label and they're doing that for you. But if you're by yourself, definitely you have to get to a certain level for you to be able to bring in these people, and they sure do help, because once, if you, let's say Otile Brown, definitely.
Yes.
That's a very huge brand, and for him, he just needs to employ people to just work on his brand, and his work is just to create. So it's very good, because it just gets an artist to a space where you just need to create. For instance, someone like me, I have to do that by myself. So my mind is in creation, is in social media, it's in looking for the video director to shoot your video. Like, you find yourself divided into all of this, so you are unable to maximize on your creativity. So yeah, basically you need that. If you're an artist, you need that. Just that it depends on levels, and once you get to a certain level and you can employ, well and good.
And you mentioned record labels. Do you think like Kenya they are genuine and good record labels, or ni wasanii tu wacha wang'ang'ani kivyao? Do you trust in record labels?
Yeah, I do trust in record labels, because they easen up the work. Because even for me, at some point, I wished I was in a record label, because I'm trying to juggle between, of course, paying my rent, having food in the house, and going to studio and doing that. So the label helps in a way that your money, you won't have to put your money into your music. The label will do that. So if it's a good label, then that's great. In Kenya, I haven't seen, apart from Soul Generation, I haven't seen any other label that is really helping other artists.
Like kumekuwa na a lot of issues around record labels. Like, I remember Bahati had a record label. He closed it. Willy Paul, I guess, alikuwa na artist under his record label Saldido. He closed it, and right now the only label I think yenye iko on is Soul Generation, and that Kaka Empire, and which other one is it? Black Market. So those are the record labels yenye saina feel ziko Kenya, but kumekuwa na a lot of issues around record labels. So acha mafans watuambie kama you still trust in record labels zenye ziko hapa Kenya, ama unaamini ni kugonga wasanii wanagonga wasanii?
Ni wasanii pia hawajui kunini. Unajua pia saa ingine tuna blame recording labels, kwa sababu record label iko busy. So wewe msanii unafaa ujijue na ujue what you're signing into, because most of the time you find that an artist is just called hey, sasa come, we record for you, we do a video for you, and you just go all in, and you even just put your signatures in papers that you haven't even read about, given someone else to read about. For instance, myself, if I really wanted to be in a label, I would, because of course I have gotten those approaches of, hey, can we do this? I will do this for you, we'll do this for you. But better still, you find that it's not something. Once you read the contracts, you find like you're signing something for 5 years, you're signing people to take your music for 5 years, you don't see it, you don't know it, and then once hell breaks loose, like you just want to leave the label, you start kuleta shida, and it's actually you that you didn't see the papers, and this person has invested in you according to what the paper says. So yeah, sometimes it's the artists who really don't know what is in the paper. So yeah, be careful out there. If a record label is signing you, you have to really read carefully and be careful. Yeah.
Now that we have talked about record labels, nikotana na issue yenye na feel Kenyans are not doing right about awards. Do you feel like awards in Kenya is they're doing it in the right way ama inakuwa abide venye watu wanasema. Like mimi sija trust awards. I feel like people buy awards because we as Lloyd's TV tumekuwa nominated.
You feel like people buy awards?
Yes. To the highest bid.
Yeah.
Because we've been nominated on different awards. But all of them, like
We've never won.
We always every day tunakuja number 2. So nasema inakuwaga like the highest bidder ama the highest mwenye ana put in the most of them.
Hata mnanominatiwa. Watu hata wanominatiwi huku nje. There are some people actually who are not even getting the nomination. So yeah, you guys are first of all very lucky to get into the nomination and to even come number 2. Yani that's quite a huge thing. About awards, it's in Kenya ni gani zinakuanga birthday pulse. Yeah, nakumbuka I think the best awards that we really had hata si wote tunajua zilikuwa tu Groove Awards. Na sidhani kuna any award show imefika hiyo level yet to this point, imagine.
Wewe una feel ni kwa sababu ya kubaya awards ama what are they not doing right?
Also the authenticity, yani Groove, kuna vile Groove Awards zilikuanga hata performances, yani ilikuwa on its level kabisa. Yani mimi hiyo time hata I think nilikuanga BGV artist wa gospel. Na nakumbuka I really wanted to go for Groove Camp. Because if I never Groove Camp, I remember there was a time I really wanted, like I did what I could just to be on that list and just to go. Anyway, yeah, hizo times we remember, but squeeze hizi awards, okay, sijaona zenye sijakuwa nikishughulika na mambo na awards.
You have not been nominated.
But watu ulipa though.
Watu ulipa.
Hiyo ni interesting. Wacha nimejua ndalipia award yangu. Acha nimekdo ninakaa hapo nitakuwa number 1
now, the most like naweza sema the most shocking part ni ati all the awards zinatumia the same way kubuy votes.
Where?
Like voting is 10 shillings and the minimum number of votes you can vote is 10 votes. So each contestant to have 10 votes is 100 bob.
Where?
So the more you pay, the more votes you get.
Mi badala vote hizo vitu si mimi mkuje tu kwa channel yangu hapo Instagram munitip. By the way, in my link hapo kwa Instagram kuna nini? Kuna tipping, unaweza enda kwa hiyo link na unitip. Wacha kulipa huko award. Tip me.
So nilikuwa na one thing hapa. I'll ask you this. Now in this question nisema, what's your idea of perfect happiness?
Oh, my idea of perfect happiness.
Yes.
My perfect happiness. I think having all my bills paid, having just me sitting in my house with a glass of wine and knowing that everything else is paid for and I have no stress. That is perfect happiness for me. Yes.
Maybe perfect happiness for me naweza sema ni maybe kuona tu everything that you're doing is on the right path, yani you're going to the right direction.
Yeah.
And yeah, hiyo ndio nasema ni perfect happiness.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we have a segment here inaitwa newly released albums and EPs.
Yeah.
So maybe so far, is there any new album or EP you have come across?
Well, no, I think I have no album or EP, but I think ngoma zangu sasa nikiziweka pamoja nitazita mixtape because zimepita like ni mob and sema tu mixtape too, but sina confidence ya kuita EP yet or maybe an album yet.
Yeah. And maybe have you come across any newly released album or EP by any artist?
Yeah, of course, definitely a lot. There's a new album by Brida, there's a new album by Bien. Yeah, I love that one, yeah.
So let's talk about Bien, that album inaitwa Alusa Wa Your Topless. Maybe do you have a favorite track in that, the whole album?
Yeah. In fact, when the album came out, I've been on the gate of there's this song inaitwa Lifestyle. I think everyone loves it.
Yeah.
But after some time, I think I listened to Lifestyle, and then after a while, I've been listening to the album. There's this song, Hey, inaitwa Kwama. I don't know if you guys have heard. Don't trust the feeling when you find the one you love. Kwama naye.
Yeah.
Na kwama naye. That song is beautiful. I love that song. Yeah.
So for me, it's Lifestyle, and then this other one. What's the name of that song? Nitakumbuka nitakwambia. So that's the released album that we are talking about today. It's called Alusawa Your Topless by Bien. You can go check it out and tell us what you think about it. So as we're about to end this, I have one last question for our artist. Maybe what's one advice that her person, any person has ever given to you? Advice you've ever given by any person?
Oh, by anyone?
Yes.
Like, hey, that's got me.
Yes.
Yeah. This one. People will always talk, no matter what you do. So just do what you gotta do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to your fans. Tell them what's coming up, where they can follow you, and where they can watch more of your music.
All right. So hey, what's up, my fans, the Mumbua team, the Mumbua family. So of course you can find me on my YouTube page at the Mumbua, on Instagram at the Mumbua, on TikTok at the Mumbua, on Twitter at the Mumbua1, on Facebook, watu wangu wa Facebook na wapenda sana, at the Mumbua. So it's all at the Mumbua. Just check out my new songs. I have a new link on my Instagram page. Please click on that link and please tip Mumbua tafadhali, so that I can be able to do the next video. So yeah, see you in January for new songs. I can't wait. I have a lot for you. I can't wait. So yeah, big up.
Okay. So huyu amekuwa one of the amazing artists we have on this show tangu tuanze this show. Na napenda the vibe.
Asante.
Yeah. So that's it for today, guys. Make sure you've subscribed and go check out Mumbua's channel. Subscribe, listen to our music, and also click your link amesema iko kwa Instagram. So we love to leave you with that, and don't forget to tune in next time. Peace out.